There was a recent documentary that come out in the UK. I'm not going to say what documentary it is because I don't think they deserve any more clout than it is. Yeah. But I remember when this documentary was getting released, there was a trailer that showcased your full lifestyle. Cigars, Bugatti, private jet. And I was like, this documentary seems interesting because I don't know what angle they're coming at. So anyway, I watched this podcast. They showed the lifestyle, they showed everything, and obviously it was a full-on Matrix attack documentary. But one thing I highlighted from that documentary, which was one of the things they said, and I'm pretty sure the exact words were, from one of the producers or something like that, is Andrew Tate, from early days, has always chased fame. And they said that in the form of Big Brother, kickboxing they were saying, that's a great way to get famous. So what do you say to that statement there?
Oh, trying to be successful. I'm the worst person in the world. Andrew Tate's trying to be successful. Quickly, put him in jail. Once again, Matrix attack, mind garbage. They're trying to enslave people. Don't be a kickboxer. Don't get up every day, go running, train hard, get strong, be brave, enter the ring, honorable combat. Don't do that. No. Don't do anything of significance. Because if you do anything of significance, you're trying to become famous. That makes you a bad person. How dare you be significant? Significance and fame are the same thing. I think it's the masculine imperative to be a man. What does a male peacock do? It shows its feathers. Hi, look. Yeah, I'll kick the shit out of you. I'll kick the shit out of you. I'll see you on February 10th, pussy. Of course. What does that make me? Does that make me fame hungry? It's just God. What they're hoping is that some kid will sit there and go, okay, so if I try to be anything that's bad, I'll just sit and be a Matrix slave. That's what they want. What's funny is I don't think anybody believes these clowns anymore. I don't know who is watching the BBC and believes a single word they say. I guess the boomers, the old people, but mainstream media is dying. I've been a huge part of the attack on the MSM. I've been a massive part of the crack on the Matrix, which is why they hate me so much. That's why they're trying to get rid of me. I've never watched that documentary. The funnest thing about it, this thing is great. The amount of haters and the amount of documentaries, the amount of garbage that's made about me, I've never watched any of it. And I kind of find it interesting, even as we speak right now, and I'll say this publicly, as we speak right now, the UK is trying to put me in jail. England, because Romania has failed, so England has picked up. And England's coming up to me with all this garbage, and they're going to try and charge me soon with some imaginary crimes.
Maybe it's why they'll drop the documentary.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Of course, because you have to poison the public's mind.
Yep. To believe that you are this evil guy.
Right? So the UK is trying to put me in jail. And I'm saying this now on this podcast. Everyone listen to me. The UK is coming next. Romania's failed. UK's picked it up. And as the UK try and put me in jail, I sit and I wonder. I say, imagine being a prosecutor. I probably shouldn't say this stuff. I'm just going to say it. And you get paid, I don't know, $3,000 a month or whatever, $2,000 a month. And you're sitting there just looking through my whole life for months. Oh, he made money. Oh, that's a lot of money. That must be a crime. Oh, a Ferrari. Oh, that's a crime. Oh my God, and he has a nice watch. Crime. And just sitting there. The obsession. And for like 6 months, just sitting there.
Just analyzing everything. Yeah.
It's kind of weird that there's all these full-grown adults with this much obsession, making documentaries, trying to take me down, prosecutors in dark rooms going through my life, trying to take me down, ex-girlfriend blowing up my phone who I don't reply to anymore. Everyone's just like, it's weird. And I just wake up going, there's so many other people's lives which are just intertwined with mine or obsessed with the idea of trying to be involved in mine. It's actually very weird. I don't know who made that documentary. I don't care. I'm not going to watch it because it's garbage and my time is valuable. And everything they produce is garbage.
Yep.
And the idea that they're going to say that trying to become significant in the world is a bad thing because they see it as chasing fame. No, I see it as becoming significant. Did Genghis Khan chase fame?
No.
Well, he just wanted to conquer the world.
Yeah, but he became famous because of that.
And now we know his name.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't want to conquer the world, guess what happened to them? They woke up, the Matrix-minded slaves from back then, the people who watched the BBC of those days, and they woke up and said, I don't want to be a bad person. I want to be a good person. I don't want to chase fame. And what they did is they sat there on their little chair and waited for the marauding horde of the Huns to come over the hill and chop their head off. And that's what they did, and they died a nobody. So the people who didn't chase fame got murdered, and their women got stolen from them, and the ones who did chase fame had empires.
Yeah.
So whoever that dipshit who made that documentary is, I would sit with him and argue with him to end of earth. But the funny thing is, I guarantee if I were to sit across from him, he's a dummy, he's probably a bit slow, he's matrix-minded, and he's an idiot. And nobody believes what he says anyway. So I'm flabbergasted these people say these things without embarrassment or remorse. I'm such a professional and so hard on myself. If I said something so asinine, I would feel genuine guilt. I would have to issue some kind of public apology. These clowns just go through Earth talking crap and never even look in the mirror and go, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot and nobody believes me. It's crazy. But I guess this is part of the propaganda campaign because the UK is now ramping up its legal attack on me and they want to put me in jail for some reason because Romania has failed. So now they're going to try. So they're going to try and poison public mind first, which makes it another thing interesting. And we're going to say this all on the podcast because why not? People say to me, oh, you're in Romania, you're going through the Romanian legal system. Isn't that scary? Do you think it's corrupt? And I say, well, the Romanian legal system is not as politically charged as the West. Do I have a fairer shot in a UK court where members of parliament discuss how I am dangerous and should be in jail?
I mean, they've already banned you from schools and stuff like that.
Do I get a fair trial in England? Tell me. I walk into the English court, trial, judge, law, because that's not subjective at all, of course. And I walk in there, and members of parliament are saying I'm dangerous, and the news is saying I'm dangerous, and the BBC is saying I'm dangerous, and everyone's saying I should go to jail. When I stand there in front of the judge and said, I haven't done anything, yeah, but you're Andrew Tate, jail. What?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Do I get a fair shot in England?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I heavily doubt it. Now, of course, all my boys are in jail, so it'd be easier than Romanian jail. I mean, it's nothing. I've done the hard work, so it's like Butlins compared to what I've been through. But do I even get a fair shot? And then you go further down the rabbit hole and you realize that at the highest echelons of fame and notoriety, the whole legal system is just theater anyway. None of it's fair. This is a question for everyone at home. If you're guilty or innocent can affect the general consensus of a populace, or if it can affect the reputation of a country, or if it can affect the way certain issues are viewed by the masses as a whole, do you think they care about you going to jail for a little while, or do you think they care about giving the right verdict for their agenda?
Their agenda.
Of course. Do you think they're going to sit there and go, Andrew's come to jail and done nothing wrong, but we've been trying to convince the world he's bad for a very long time, and Romania's tried to put him in jail, and they've failed, and now he's here in front of our judge, and we're going to let him go because he's innocent, and let him have BBC, Andrew Tate walks free from court, or they're going to say, 2 years, Andrew Tate, guilty, blah, 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 blah. Which one do you think they give a shit about 2 years of my life?
Yeah.
Do you think the Matrix and the people who are in charge of countries are concerned about me going to jail unfairly? Do you know how many people are in jail unfairly? There's so many people in jail unfairly. Yeah. Nobody of these people have been through the system to understand. The day I stand in front of a UK judge, I'm toast. I'm toast. It doesn't matter. I got the best lawyers, King Counsel. I could sit there
it's
and
all
say,
going to be set up anyway in the first place.
CCTV wasn't me. Jail. I'm done. And that's the thing that most people living inside the Matrix don't yet understand. They still think the law is real. Oh, but the law. What is the law? Well, a book. When was that law made? 1781. If the law wasn't garbage, why do you need a lawyer to interpret it? Why do we need judges to go, maybe yes, maybe no? The law, it's all made up.
Yeah, the law's
it's all a scam.
Some black and white.
It's all the Matrix. It's all a scam. Some people are guilty of certain things. Bro, we're going to sit here and talk about human trafficking. Human trafficking, lover boy method. He was nice to her and convinced her to do something for him. Every woman on earth is a lover girl. Every single one is nice to a man, gets handbags from him. Yep. She's nice to him for financial gain. Let's put every single woman on earth in jail. Oh no. That's not a crime.
Not going to be the case.
That's not a crime,
yep,
no.
Yep.
And any man who's nice
different.
to his woman, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if Andrew Tate is nice to anyone, so I can't be nice to people, I can't be mean to people, I just can't talk to people. I'm not allowed to talk to anyone, because if I talk to anybody and they get hold of the text messages, it's a crime.
Literally.
It's insane. And that's the crazy thing about it, because I have people constantly messaging me, constantly trying to get hold of me, men and women, loads of women, because loads of women love me. Most people don't understand that I'm actually adored by the female populace. And they're like, oh, can we just talk about this? I said, I can't talk to people. If I don't know you, I can't talk to you. Hey, I got a business idea, let's meet. No, I don't know who you are. And I don't know what your intention is. I don't know who you work for. I don't know what you're gonna do with the text message. I can't talk to anyone. And I look like an asshole. I'm not an asshole. I'm trying to protect myself, because once you're under this level of matrix attack, bro.
If you slip up one little bit, that's it.
I reply yes, no, and okay. Those are my replies on text message. Yes, no, or okay. I can't have a personality anymore. I can't make a joke. I can't laugh. You can't. It's crazy. But yeah, the whole thing's insane.
If you were to go to the UK jail, how long would you think they'll do you for?
I have no idea. They're trying to charge me with a bunch of junk. I don't know.
So my question to you is, with a man that's of your level of wealth and your level of status, you could access things as much as you want.
Yeah.
This may seem like a stupid question.
Yeah.
But you could just bounce, no? Like, in theory,
yeah, but you know
could
what?
go to an island.
I could, but you know what? I feel like God's testing me And he's not giving me this to run. He's giving me this to fight. And if I lose, then I will go to jail. Bro, if I was an illegal immigrant and came into the UK by boat and walked around with a machete, I wouldn't go to jail. But if you make a bunch of money, you're going to go to jail.
Go to jail, yeah.
It's like the priorities. If the only explanation for why the things work the way they work is because they're trying to deliberately destroy society. Have they caught that guy with the acid attack yet?
Nope.
Okay, they haven't even caught him. Have they caught him?
No, they said that his body may be in the River Thames.
Let me tell you why they haven't caught him. And I don't know, of course, because I'm not a police officer, but I am a professional and I know everything some top G. Here's why they haven't caught him. The only way you can get away with an acid attack in London and not get caught within a day is if you have basically no fingerprint, no facial recognition profile, no social media accounts, no bank accounts, no mobile phone, nothing. Because if you had any of those things, you would go. Meaning, he is what? He is an illegal immigrant who arrived on a dinghy. He arrived on a boat. He came into the country. He was never registered or recognized ever. We have no border whatsoever.
No
he
data
then
on him.
destroyed people's lives. He has no paperwork. And nobody wants to say that on the news, because if you say that on the news, then people are going to start getting pissed off about the boats.
Yep.
So they allow this to happen to tax-paying, law-abiding citizens having acid thrown in their face because some psycho from God knows where turns up. And the police are sitting, a whole task force of NCA are sitting in a dark room going through my social media trying to put me in jail.
This is some dumb shit, man. This is some dumb shit.
On what level of clown world are we? On what level of clown world are we operating on?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else to do. There's no stabbing epidemic. The watches are getting stolen in London. The cars, every Range Rover gets stolen. Like, they have nothing else to do. Well, of course, they don't care. They don't care. They don't sit there and say, let's actually protect the population and do something important. No, they don't care. They say, let's get Andrew, because that will show people at home that you can't tell the truth, that you can't get too big and you can't get too popular, and that if you have opinions, you should keep them to yourself. And next time the COVID comes around and you know it's garbage, you should probably shut up because you don't want to end up like Andrew. Look what happened to Andrew. And that's what's going to happen. I don't think I have a fair shot in any Western court. I don't think I have a fair shot anywhere. I have a fair shot with God. That's it. That's all I've got left.
I was going to say this in the beginning of the podcast as well, but Allah says in the Quran, I will not burden the soul. I will not burden the soul with much.
I will not burden the soul with what it cannot bear.
There we go.
Like this. Yeah. It's true.
And it's in your case, it's like, do you see it as yourself, God testing you?
Well, the thing about all of this